What do you think about people who's working a regular 9 to 5 but living like they have their own company just to show off?
Oh God, don't get me started.
I mean, you can start. I mean, for example, I pass around a whole bunch of ghetto neighborhood,
Uh-huh.
and I know most of those people, they on food stamp and everything, and they driving a Mercedes that they paying like six hundred
Exactly.
dollars a month,
Exactly.
you know,
They're on food stamp. They're on
and
Section 8. But then instead of saving that money so that they can leave food stamp and leave Section 8 so that the next person who's in need can get it, they spend 30 years on food stamp and Section 8 driving a Maserati, driving a Bentley. And where do they live? In the freaking ghetto. Oh my God. When is I don't even want to get started. See, you can always tell a poor broke, sorry, not black, a poor broke soul and a rich person. You can tell the difference. You know why? A rich person is not about the bling. Not that they don't have, they have it. They have it. Those should be the one blinging, wearing all types of jewelry on all their fingers, but they don't. Because they're thinking about you, they want to use their money to invest so that they can grow it and make it more. So if they have 50,000, their dream and desire next year that this 50,000 should become 100,000. But broke folks see that they have $50,000 in the car, and I'm sorry, in the bank. To them, they've done hit it. They've done hit the lotto. They done strike it rich. So now they go out and buy themselves a Maserati living in the ghetto. Really? Like a Maserati living in the ghetto. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make any sense where you could have taken that 50,000. You could have invested that 50,000 into buying yourself a duplex, a triplex. You live in a portion. You rent the other portion. And maybe 2-3 years down the road, you would have been able to afford that Maserati and have passive income. But no, you're so busy wanting to show out, show people that you got it when you ain't got shit. You ain't got toilet tissue to wipe your butt. But no, you driving a Maserati and then fools fall for it. Please. Look at the difference between, I'm telling you, okay, perfect example. I've used it before. Look at Jay-Z now. Look at Jay-Z then. When Jay-Z first came out, he always had a lot of jewelry on. Always, dressing like he had it. Flaunting shit he didn't have. Videos with a bunch of different cars they didn't own. Now look at Jay-Z today, who is actually a multi-millionaire with his wife. Simple guy. Simple guy. He doesn't even wear any brand name anything. He just wear a regular white shirt. Certain things plain. He doesn't even show out because now he actually has it. The people who don't got it are always the one that's trying to show out that they got something when they don't have not even 2 little pieces of tissue to rub together. People, we need to really get our thing together. You cannot be living in a ghetto, living off Section 8, living off food stamp, and driving a Maserati. That's the wrong way to go about things. That's the wrong way to go about things. Invest. Think about investing. Stop trying to go out and buy yourself a home or freaking an expensive neighborhood home where you can't even afford. You're paying what, a $2,500 mortgage? You can barely afford. You one step away from being homeless. One paycheck away from being homeless. Whereas if you were thought smart, but don't worry about buying a beautiful house. Buy yourself a nice duplex in that same raggedy ass neighborhood. You live in a portion. You rent a portion. Technically, the way the rent is, you might even be living rent free. The renter may be paying your rent for you. All you gotta do is pay your water and your little things them, and you save your money. And then maybe in a few years, maybe 2-3 years, from there you buy a next one. You move out of that one, you rent the next where you were living. You rent it out. Now you have 2 of them being rented, and you moved on to the next one. But in 10 years, you would actually be able to afford that Maserati and not stress about it. But now you own a Maserati, you own a Bentley, and you are one paycheck away from having it being towed from underneath your ass. Does that make sense, people? We are thinking the wrong way. And unfortunately, school is not educating us about those things. School is just educating us to get a job. And we're content with just working a job, working all our lives, selling our time for money, and never getting anywhere. Never getting anywhere. And then you're paying all these godforsaken bills. And then, you know, the people you bought it from, the banks love you because every month you're making the money. They're making money off your dumb ass every day. Because why? You owning shit you can't afford. Just because you have the money, it looks like you can afford it, does not mean you can afford it. You cannot always afford. Just because the money's in the bank doesn't mean you can afford it, people. Think smart. Now is the time to change. Really, we need to change the way we think. We need to change the way we act, the way we behave. Think smart and behave smarter. Because we have children we're raising. What about the future of those kids? What do you plan to have for them when you gone? You plan to live them in the same misery you in? What you gonna do? Die and live them? The moment you drive that Maserati off the lot, you done lost half its value. And knowing you driving it everywhere, where all that mileage it really lost its value. It has the name Maserati, but it lost its value. It's worthless. But if you had bought yourself a triplex, a duplex, in the midst of trouble, you would have something to lean on. You can't lean on that Maserati. It's worthless. Believe me, it's worthless. If you pay, what, $50,000 for it, by the time you drive it up the lot, it's worth $25,000. By the time you done add all this mileage on it, it's worth $10,000. It's losing value as you're driving it. How about we buy something that's actually gaining in value as we own it? We really need to change. Flip the way we think. Stop buying things that depreciate. Start buying things that appreciate within the years. That's my opinion.
And we are